I cannot wait when I get home here in a little bit to plant those bulbs, get my hands dirty. I'm putting them in a well-draining spot, full sun. I have some high hopes for these bulbs. You know, sometimes you have that day or things just work out in your favor. And those are great days. And those are also good filming days when you can be of help to people. I know we're all trying to save a buck, okay? Most of us, definitely, in these times. So yeah, I was thinking about, I need to plant some bulbs either, you know, now in December while we're enjoying really moderate, mild temperatures for the most part, not super freezing. Plant some bulbs. I mean, I am running up against a time clock here with regards to that. But certain things like alliums and daffodils, some really late spring, early summer bloomers, those bulbs can definitely be planted into early January from what I understand. I have been doing some research on that. And before I spent a bunch of money on bulbs, I wanted to make sure that the timing was right and I was not too late. So I'd gone on my computer earlier today and I was looking at a couple of different websites. Some shipping costs were like $10 attached to the price of the products you were buying online. So when all was said and done, you think you're making a $25 order online, you know, ends up being $40, $45, which is still not terrible for bulbs. But I thought, I'm just going to check the hardware store since I'm going to be out and about. And I'm tell you what, Menards has some great deals right now because there are still bulbs there. So run, don't walk if you're wanting to get a deal on bulbs. I was able to purchase some alliums. In this package, it looks like, it says 5 allium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 bulbs here. I believe this was $4 for this package. So got 2 of those. And alliums, of course, are those big purple or white or pink like globe type flowers. And they're technically onions. Isn't that interesting? They're beautiful and they get really tall. I hope that I bought that variety because it just says allium. I know that the giant, I believe, or gladiator alliums might be really good too. They get really tall. Also, these were only like $1 or $2, and there's 20 Muscari mixed bulbs in here. And it says that these get 6 to 8 feet tall, planting time, or excuse me, 6 to 8 inches, planting time September through December, still in December, not too late. Flowering time April to May. So beautiful. You can see here, it looks like they come in a variety of white and it looks blue, but from what I understand, there are not many true blue flowers. A lot of times they're purple. But these look pretty blue on the package to me, so I'm not sure. I just know they're beautiful, and I can't wait to plant these bulbs in here. Got 2 of those. Again, you're talking $1 or $2 for that Muscari. And then, of course, some tulips. My daughter wanted me to get these. There are 14. Flowering time is April to May. It looks like planting time September to December. So I'm really hoping that these will end up being just as beautiful in pink and actually flowering for me because I really have never planted bulbs. This is a new kind of area for me, but high hopes for it. A lot of the stuff in my garden beds right now flowers in, you know, mid-spring to late and then also into the summer. So I want to have what they call year-round interest. So early spring would be awesome. I believe I'm going to plant these in the south-facing garden beds that receive full sun because I understand shade is not the best for a lot of bulbs, you know, depending on what you're trying to grow. But they definitely need that sunlight. So that's important. It is feeling wonderful outside here on this, oops, as I spill my coffee, on this Tuesday. I do have something I have to do early this morning, but after I get home I am super excited. It is bulb planting day. The ground is going to be pretty saturated because we've had a lot of rain. I was just checking out the directions here on the allium, the ornamental onion, also known as, that I'm going to plant in the ground, the bulbs. The directions say to dig a hole 4 inches deep, cover with soil and water thoroughly. It looks like the planting depth is about 4 inches, and we will be planting these bulbs with the tip side up, the pointed tip facing the sky. Make sure we cover that with soil and mulch. I am not going to amend my soil at all, meaning I'm not going to put any kind of organic matter in there. I think these will hopefully do fine in the native soil. I have no reason to believe they won't. And this here is where I plan on planting this muscari. This gets 6 to 8 inches in height, so pretty short here, right near the black-eyed Susan rudbeckia, and then the taller viburnum. So a nice little border addition here that will bloom in April to May, so early bloomer with those beautiful purplish blue and white mixed flowers. There's supposed to be 20 bulbs in here. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look at that one. Wow, that's quite a sprout. I'm just going to give it a go and go ahead and plant all these bulbs. This is what happens when you don't wear gloves. But honestly, dealing with these little teeny weeny tiny bulbs, it's actually a little bit easier to not have glove on, because you're able to get it situated, because it keeps wanting to fall on its side when I'm planting it up like that. Now, one issue that I am running into right now while I'm digging around in this particular bed, because it's near a viburnum, are the viburnum roots, which I don't really want to disrupt too much, so I'm just going to plant my bulbs around those. So they're all in. Man, look how clay-like this soil is. It is heavy, it is wet and dense clay. It's really hard to even break up. In my front garden bed, this soil is so much easier to work with. It is so much easier to dig a hole. It's just a lot looser. It's not as dense and compact. I don't know what that's about. That must mean it's a good drainage spot. Here on the allium, the ornamental onion, also known as, that I'm going to plant in the ground, the bulbs. The directions say to dig a hole 4 inches deep, cover with soil and water thoroughly. It looks like the planting depth is about 4 inches. The time that these will be coming up, according to the package, these alliums, is May to June. So I think I'm still well within the right time frame to be planting these here in mid-December. The ornamental onion gets pretty high, 36 inches in height according to the package. And I'm going to plant those here behind my nepeta, my catmint. So some lovely allium giving us some, it's kind of the middle of the flower border. And then back here near the hydrangea, which of course is very tall. So now I did notice one of the bulbs looks potentially bad, but luckily for me, even though it was marked as 5, they had 6 bulbs. This is one of them. I'm still going to put it in there. So all in all, that was just a tad bit harder than expected, and I think the reason for that was just because I've never done it. You know, anytime you're doing something for the very first time, well, you might think that this is the first time me ever using a camera. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. So what I was saying, anytime you're doing something for the first time, you're taking your time with it. You're not sure what to expect. Definitely ran into some issues with some roots from the viburnum, although those are really easy to work around. It's harder to dig as deep as you want because that clay is so compacted. you just want to give yourself plenty of time if you're doing this for the first time. So today, fortunately, I have the time to do it. And it's nice outside. It really is. Getting my hands dirty feels good. I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. I'll probably do another video here before Christmas. I have a feeling, may happen. Because I do want to share with you guys my plans for the storage room, where I want to put some grow lights and some fun plantings and things like that. Get some things growing this winter. But yeah, take care, and till the next video.